Time will either expose you or promote you. Today we will expose the lies and deception of these insurance MLM organizations. Here's what you will learn today. What is a hermit kingdom and what that has to do with insurance MLM? What is a middleman? LOA contracts versus direct contracts. It's all in the fine print. Contract levels exposed. The breakaway. How can I tell if I'm captive? MLM fees. The reputation of the MLM insurance industry. And who we are. What is a hermit kingdom? The term hermit kingdom can be used to refer to any country, organization, or society which willfully walls itself off, either metaphorically or physically from the rest of the world. The country of North Korea is a prime example of a hermit kingdom. They shield their people from outside knowledge and work them and milk them. They keep them blinded from the truth. Once these MLM agents start questioning and doubting, here's what happens next. Super Saturday training. The brainwashing continues. Keeps them in the loop, obeying. What is a middleman? An intermediary or agent between two parties, especially a dealer, agent, or company. Why do middlemen operate like a hermit kingdom? To keep agents blinded from the truth. Who are the middlemen? Multi-level marketing companies, in other words MLM. Some call themselves by traditional insurance entities such as IMO, FMO, and agency. 99.9% of insurance MLM agents are licensed only agents. In other words, LOA, licensed to sell under the middleman. Here's how LOA contracts work. You have the insurance carrier who cuts out commission checks directly to the middleman. The middleman gives you reduced compensation and takes their cuts. You as the agent is left with the crumbs. What happens if you eliminate the middleman? You get direct contracts, immediate vesting, true ownership of book of business. This book of business follows you wherever you go. Better compensation and much more. But beware, although some MLMs have exclusive deals with carriers and these carriers will pay you commissions directly, but beware, these MLMs still own your book of business. Beware again. Although some contracts state you can own the book of business with them, but it also says conditionally owned or conditionally vested. So pay close attention to those words. In other words, it's like a rug that can be yanked beneath you at any given time. Now we're going to dissect and expose these contracts.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Fugazi. It's a fake.
Yeah, fugazi, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real. Right? All right?
Also known as smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors is a classic technique in a magical illusion that makes an entity appear to hover in an empty space. So smoke and mirror number 1, high contracts. Most MLMs will give you a high contract to lure you in and to prevent you from leaving the company. Why leave when you have a high contract? To anyone brand new or anyone who has not been exposed to the insurance industry outside of MLM, it sounds great. For the handful who knows the truth, it's hilarious and it's clever. Now we're going to expose these high contract deceptive tactics. You are given a high term contract and a low permanent contract. The first example, they give you a term contract at 120%, which is pretty high, and a permanent contract of 60%. Example number 2, you're given an 85% contract, but a low permanent contract of 50%. Example number 3, a term contract of 70% and a permanent contract of 40%. What do you write the most? Are you in the term business or are you in the permanent business? Smoke and mirror number 2, grids, which is nearly on all MLM insurance compensation plans. All true contracts are based off a 100% table. Assuming you have a true 80% contract level and let's say a $12,000 annual premium deal, well, 12,000 times 80% is 9,600 in full commission. Another example, assuming you have a true 50% contract and a $6,000 a year annual premium deal. 6,000 times 50% is 3,000 full commission. So now we're going to expose these grids. Most MLMs do not base their contracts on a 100% table. For example, some MLMs use an 80% pay table. So assuming you have an 80% contract, so 80% times that 80% pay table equals a 64% contract. So this is called the grid system. So let's say you have a 12,000 annual premium deal times your 64%, that's 7,680 in total commissions, which is a lot less than a real 80% contract. Smoke and mirror number 3, manipulated contract levels. All true unmanipulated contracts are in increments of 5 or 10%. For example, 70%, 75, 80, 85%, etc. So we're going to expose these contract manipulations. Most MLMs will show you manipulated numbers like 71%, 73, 76, 77, 79, 81, 83, 86, 87, 89, etc. None in the increments of 5 or 10. Smoke and mirror number 4, exaggerated high contract levels. When you see contract levels like this, 131%, 147, 159, 169, these are ridiculous high numbers and full of fluff. It sounds very tempting, right? Now we're going to expose these exaggerated high contract levels. Most MLMs show you a combination of various numbers, which include personal contract levels and potential generational override from first generation and so on. So here's an example. Let's say you have an 81% personal contract and your potential generational overrides for your first generation is 19%. Second, 18%. Third, 17%. 14%. 13%. And on your sixth, 7%. A whopping 169%, which is full of BS.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Majority of the renewals are so manipulated that they're being taken from the back end along with your commissions. Documentation beats conversation any day. We're going to expose what's documented on these fine prints. Beware, before you sign your life away or already have, make sure to read the fine print. Everything you need to know is already there. In most MLMs, you don't own your book of business. You are renting it. Most MLMs require you to be consistently producing for years and years, in some cases 5 to 10 years before becoming vested. With some of these companies, if you become disabled, you lose your book of business. How crazy is that? Imagine putting years and years in building your organization and losing it because you become incapacitated. That's ridiculous. You can be terminated anytime. The middleman can terminate you at any time and keep your book of business. We've seen it countless times in the MLM model. I mean, it could be like a violation of an agreement, questioning the leadership, cross-recruiting, and much more. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. What if you accidentally made a mistake and they cut your business? And in the real world, if you make a mistake, you learn from it. Maybe there's fines or whatever, but you don't lose your book of business that you spent all your blood, sweat, and tears to build. Another hint you don't own your business: upon departure or termination from the agency, you must surrender existing clients, pending businesses, and leads to the agency. Your book of business stays with the middleman. Chargebacks. This is a big one. Most MLMs will charge you back full commissions between 1 to 2 years worth, even if the client cancels or misses a premium contribution on the 12-month or even on the second year. With us, it's prorated. Whatever months are left is what's charged back, not the full amount. Commission advance manipulation. So instead of earning direct commissions from the insurance carrier, the middleman prepays you a commission as a loan and keeps the real commission from the carrier. Not all MLM companies will do this, but there are quite a few that operate this way. The middleman will charge you an annual interest rate, for example, 2%. So if they advance you commissions as a loan and they charge you a 2% annual interest rate. Now, some insurance carriers who have special agreements with the MLM can also charge you an annual interest rate. The agent must agree to give the MLM permission to have a first lien on any and all commissions and has full rights to any unpaid commissions. That's crazy. Now, with these commissions being advanced as a loan to you, if for some reason you had some kind of difficulty paying back, or maybe you had an agent debt roll up to you, this can give them the ability to send you to collections and attorney fees can incur. So agents give MLMs first security interest on all commissions. the breakaway. Now there are a few MLM companies that utilize this, not all of them do, but the ones that utilize this, it's crazy. So imagine putting all your time, blood, sweat, and tears into cultivating John into the producer he is today. The day your upline needs to advance to the next position, out of all your producers, your upline takes John out of your hierarchy and places him under his or her hierarchy. Your upline has a huge promotion and a huge boost in income, a loss of income for you, and a loss of your best producer. The bullshit they tell you. We won't take your best producing person. There is no benefit in taking the weakest person. When it's your turn, you get to do the same. What if you don't have an option like John? And you're left with Dumb and Dumber. How can I tell if I am captive? Your MLM is typically contracted with one carrier, limited to a few products, outdated proprietary products, cannot contract with outside carriers, registration fees and ongoing fees exposed. The first one is an MLM background check fee. In other words, recruiting commissions. Background check is done when applying for a state license. Business sign-up / recruiting fee, just another term for recruiting commissions. Annual membership fee goes to the MLM and in some cases the upline. Monthly fee for back office support and maintenance goes to the MLM and in some cases the uplines. MLM insurance industry reputation. Tarnish industry, tarnish names, pyramid scheme, we've heard it all. For potential agents and clients running to a negative Google search, all these are unnecessary obstacles. Would a high-profile client want to associate their assets with something that is called a pyramid scheme? What if you could build a business without worrying about those obstacles? So the lies about the insurance industry outside of MLM. You can't build a business the way we do in MLM. Yes, you can. Most carriers are already structured that way by default. When you train other agents who become brokers, they become your competition. Yes and no. Yes, majority of the big franchises that you see on every block are competing with each other. No, every broker we train does not become competition. We are ongoingly compensated for every broker in business. Recruiting for promotion. Most MLMs require you to recruit to promote to the next rank, to attain higher contract levels. Even worse, in some MLMs, you must give up all of your deals to get higher contract levels. What if recruiting was optional to attain higher contracts? What if you only need a handful of agents to make a fortune and still have the option to recruit as much as you want? hope this information has enlightened you. This is just a tip of the iceberg, and it goes way deeper. What if you could have the best of both worlds? Without all the BS. Build something you can truly own, where no one can ever take it away. Have a place you can call home. And become the ultimate independent agent. Who we are. We are a group of individuals just like you and I, who needed a place we can call home and our own. We have over 30 years of combined experience in the financial services industry, and also 20 years of combined experience in the MLM industry. We have formed a conglomerate of companies, experts, and high caliber earners from various network marketing organizations who are fed up with all the bullshit in MLM. We have created a very lucrative, time-tested, hybrid platform that is causing disruption throughout the insurance MLM industry.
Now go home and think about it. Think about whether or not this is really for you. If you decide it isn't, listen, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's not for everyone. Thanks. But if you really want this, you call me on Monday and we'll talk. Just don't waste my fucking time. Okay, that's it.